Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's podcast where we are honored to have a distinguished guest, Mr. Haytham Adam. With a wealth of experience as an IT professional and a skilled people manager, Haytham has demonstrated a remarkable talent for problem solving throughout his career and currently contributing his expertise to Zero Carbon Venture. He stands out at the forefront of technological innovations and has a passion for embracing new challenges. In addition to his professional endeavors, Mr. Hatton is associated with the Arab Academy for Science, Technology and Maritime Transport in Abu Dhabi, Emirates, and exemplifying the commitment to education and the continuous pursuit of knowledge. And today, at adfartech Vector Podcast, we are fortunate to have him here to share his insights on the ever-evolving landscape of artificial intelligence. So, Mr. Haytham Adam, thank you so much for being our today's guest, and thank you so much for sparing your time to discuss the world of AI in technological, the best of nowadays, the fascinating world. So, thank you so much for joining this podcast, Mr. Haytham.
Thank you, Sundar, for inviting me to be on this show today. I am very excited to be here.
That's a great. So, Hatham, before we begin our question and answer session, I would like to, ask you something more in detail about you, your journey, what is your background. So, can you share some highlights from that too? So, our audience would be better to identify who you are and what you are doing in the field of, your own industry as well as AI. Please.
Sure. As a beginning, my name is Haytham Muhammad Isa Adam. I'm from Sudan. I graduated from Arab Academy for Computer Engineering in Alexandria, Egypt. It's one of the Arab League Education Institutes. I'm actually a computer engineer in computing and technology, information technology. Started my journey in Egypt. Before I was born in Saudi Arabia from Egyptian mother and Sudanese father, so I have a combination of cultures. And I was born in Saudi Arabia and I studied in Egypt. I finished my education. I worked there for a time as a computer engineer. Then 2012, I came to UAE. It was you can say that it was my dream to come here. I had been tracking about Dubai and UAE in general about the technology and how they're implementing technology here. It was very, very amazing and attractive. Yes. As I always say that UAE is implementing technology as the box say, literally. So whatever we study in the box is there. And it's the only place on earth I can say that they're implementing things as it is in the box. I came here 2012 and I started my career here as a computer engineer in a company, in a real estate company. Then a small shift happened that they handed to me. I get into the field of HR. Some people say that I changed career, but I don't see it that way. As you know, I'm an IT, so I'm an information technology engineer. So I'm a guy who deal with the informations and use the technology to use this information in a proper way. As in HR, they had this huge amount of data and they didn't have system at that time. So I started implementing systems to make things easier and more automated in the HR department. From that field, I started to go more deep in HR and start to take more courses and understand more about HR and implement technology and problem solving in the IT environment in the HR itself. And in addition to that, I've been told that I have a good people management and I like to listen to people and solve problems. I can highlight problems and know exactly where is the error. So it helped me a lot to understand the issues people are facing during their work and give them a proper solution to fulfill their needs. Most people, all people need someone to listen to them at least. So I'm always there to listen to people, to understand the issues, solve it as much as I can, and help them to bust the problems. After that, I joined. I continue as an HR manager. I reached to be an HR manager. I joined an IT company for about 3 years. Then recently, I landed on the Zero Carbon Venture. So you can see I shifted from real estate to IT to carbon. but I like it very much because I see it's very important that we have to get experience in different fields. You cannot just stuck in one field and continue in that field. You need to know more. That way you can do more things, especially as an IT, information and technology. Wherever there is an information, we should be there, and it's more challengeable and provokes us more to produce solutions and find good answers for issues in these fields. And so I'm here with Zero Carbon, a very wonderful place, startup company in Master City, focusing on the reducing, implementing solutions to reduce carbon, which I believe we are the only company that started to do this. Most of the companies provide reports and recommendation. We are trying to implement solutions. Yes, in briefly,
It's a wonderful journey you have crossed till time, and never let the things go without managing them or without solving the actual reason behind them. So that's a wonderful approach you have shared with us, and the way you have taken over each and every problems with the opportunity. That is the biggest mindset that I'd observed through your each and every work experience or the journey you have traveled. So thank you so much, Haytham, for sharing your journey and expertise. So before we begin the actual question and answer sessions, if you permit me, I would also like to give some introductions about this podcast and what as adfartech venture we are doing.
yes, please.
Yeah. So as I said in the introduction itself that myself Sonal Shah and I'm the host of this podcast. And as if I say like adfartech venture, as a adfartech, we are a IT and tech platform. We to focus on IT solutions, IT resources, recruitments, and nowadays this kind of a tech audio podcast also. So we have a vendor alliances with the 50 plus tech partners. It includes SAP, Oracle, Microsoft, Pega, OutSystems, APM, Salesforce, Cloudera, Informatica, and many more too. And we provide almost all the types of key solutions for the IT related, resources and that ERP, application development, data, AI, ML, then blockchain, managed services, UX, UI testing, then cybersecurity. And the major skills which we have is we have 25,000 plus resources all across the skills. So we can deliver both on-site as well as offshore support within the 24 hours. So that's the major capabilities we have. And at Edfar, we every day try to learn from the different industries tech leaders, industries tech personals. So, we can create the better community for the other fellow creators or other fellow tech leaders to, make what the things are going on inside and outside the world of their own technology. So this is all about the motto behind this adfartech venture podcast. And as we are also impressed with your background, we are, asking you to join and to share your views with the latest tech innovations and other insights that makes our audience more enriched with knowledge you have. So that is all about adfartech venture, and this is all about me. And again, I'm thanking you for being our guest.
Thank you, Akil. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So, Haytham, as I, said that we are going to start the question and answer sessions, but my first questions is from your answer only that as a seasoned problem solver, like you have mentioned in your bios too, as well as you have mentioned in your introductions by yourself only. So, what are the challenges that you have encountered in the, technological implementations, and how have you effectively navigated or, to overcome that obstacle specifically? So can you share something on that?
Let me see. Many things, actually. Look, the most major issue usually happen let me see. Let's talk about HR. One of the major problems with when HR starts asking for an ERP system or a system, how to explain to the programmers or the IT guys what they need. And for the IT, yeah, each one, HR and the IT, each one are in a different land and they're talking kind of different languages. The programming see codes and the HR see interface, and he see a bottom. I want to click this bottom and get this result. And the IT is thinking about it as in the background. And there is a miscommunication. Sometimes make it difficult to achieve what they really both want to do. I was lucky that I get involved in the HR and I understood the processes and the problems and what they're facing, what they need. So when I started to create my own systems, which I created a system, ARB system in my companies, each company I started its own in-house system. It was much easier for me to implement exactly what needed and make it very simple and easy. It was a 2-second action to get a result. Either it's a report, a letter, is it whatever needed in the HR departments, a list of staff who's over a certain age, who's over a certain salary, needed to be done in 2 seconds.
Right.
Yes. So yeah, this is one of the issues been facing before.
Like you have maintained, all the technicals as well as the non-technical areas both. So you are seeing,
Yes.
each and everything from both the minds, whether, to implementation of a technology or usage of a technology.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's actually the best approach as well as the best skill set mind. So, working and balancing both the things, technology and implementation together. So thank you so much for shedding lights on that. So now, as if we talk about artificial intelligence, right now it's higher terms and shaping the world. So, yeah, according to you, what emerging technological trends, like in line with AI or is in specific to any technology that you are seeing, right? What do you believe will have a significant impact, and how do you see or foresee these specific trends of AI influencing the future directions of other applications or AI applications in both the way?
First, allow me to make a small clarification about AI, because I find some people misunderstanding for a while the AI. They think they say AI machine is smarter than human, getting smart and is doing things. It's not exactly like that. Like, machine is not smart, machine is fast.
Yes, very true.
When we started the computer, they teach us computer, they said it's a dumb machine, but it's fast. It's not smart at all. It's doing what I'm telling it to do. If I don't tell the machine what to do, it will stuck. What happened is this AI, it's been it's not something new. It just came all of a sudden. It's been for more than 20 years. People working it. I studied in my university. I studied AI and neural network. We even made some project in the university using AI expert system and these things. The problem was two things. One, that the hardware and the technology was too expensive to be implemented. You find a machine that can handle these processes. And the second thing was the data. Where to get the data? What's happening exactly in AI world is we showing the machine or giving the machine information, and start categorize it and store it in the database. And when I ask a question, it go and search for the question there and bring it back based on the data I give. The first step of getting this data and solving this problem, believe it or not, it was Facebook. When they created Facebook, if you remember, when Facebook started, everyone used to share photos, remember? And we used to make tag on the photos. This is me, this is my cousin, this is my wife, this is my friend, this is my... I believe it was created to collect these informations.
Yeah.
I can show a machine a photo of me when I'm happy, when I'm sad, with a beard, with my mustache, but I cannot show all my photos, situation photos, so that it can recognize me when I see. For example, if I show the computer a photo of mine with a beard, then I shave, the computer should recognize me without the beard because he saw multiple photos of me. To do this, it's difficult to collect every one photo. So through Facebook, it was a solution when people started to tag. And remember, they used it's used to ask you, even, is this your photo? You say yes, or you write name. Yeah, we were helping the machine to learn. So imagine the whole world was helping the machine to learn and to fix the errors and sort and organize the data in a proper way. Even in Google search, when you search for something in Google, remember that used to get this question: this information was enough or was right? Use click yes or click no. This was kind of also learning for the machine. So at the end of the day, it's just data there. The machine is fast enough, and today they had a huge data, big data. They call it big data. We have a big data. You wrote a message, and I wrote a message, and someone else wrote a message. So he started to recognize, okay, when I say, if I usually come after it, if you're writing a story, for example, if you write a story and you say, if I was there, I would be happy. So he starts to recognize, and you see that many people saying the same phrase. So, okay, so whenever he finds, if I told him, write me a story starting with if, he would complete it, like we're typing ChatGPT. But the point is now it starts to accelerate so fast, and the results start to become, and everyone is getting involved. ChatGPT 3 came out 6 months ago. Now they have ChatGPT 4 Plus, which is 10 times, remember, better than ChatGPT in 6 months. That means maybe in the end of the next year, it will be 100 times. So it's multiplying by 10 and getting faster. It's the era of AI. It's a great assistant. It's not going to do things for us. It will help us do things faster and accurate. Yes, before we need to write an email. Not everyone knows how to write. I don't say that. And we write emails, but not all of us can write a perfect email. Now with ChatGPT, it can show you how to write the perfect email. But again, you have to adjust it and change it the way that suits you more or show you more. But it will give you the start and the body, and this is the proper way to write an email or to answer to an email. So it's an assistant. We should not mistake that. I know some people are scared from AI, and they say jobs will be lost and people will not be needed anymore. I don't see it that way. I don't see it that way. If you remember, before computer exists, we used to, we have writers who write by hand. When computer came and bookkeepers, then they said, okay, the computers is here, no need for bookkeepers. Instead of 10, one who can do the job. So they will lose their job. To be honest, if you look back to it, what happened is, yes, one person started to do a job for 10, which helped the company to sell more products, which needed the factory to produce more product. So they needed to hire more people. And when they hired more people, one person started not to be enough. So they started to hire 2-3 people using 2-3 computers again.
Yes.
So it will create jobs, but a different kind of jobs. It will create chances, but different kind of chances. You cannot stay where you are and expect things to be okay. You have to develop yourself. You have to train yourself more. You have to educate yourself more. If you don't know computers, you have to know computer now. If you don't know how to use ChatGPT, you have to. Everyone should know how to use ChatGPT. It's not something luxury, no need for. No, it's going to be a must in future, in the near future. You see, so we have to look at it this way. New job titles will be there. Yani. I'm sure soon you will hear about someone who is an AI analysis or AI debugger or AI reviewer. Yeah, but you need to review the result the AI is giving you or the chat bot is giving to you before you give it to the client to make sure it's aligned with your company policy or the CEO is giving the right answer. So you will need someone to be hired to do that.
That's a wonderful approach. Wonderful, wonderful. The till date I have interviewed somewhere around more than 40 to 50 guests in different podcasts.
Yes.
But this is the best answer I'd received for, the technology shaping, especially in the...
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate a nice one. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So you have given the, very right answers. And even if you ask me as a myself, that I am also in line with your answers that, whenever there is a new technology or new trends coming up, we should not be fear of or we should not be afraid of that specific trend. Because at some point, if you are not a learner, then you might have to afraid of. But if you are a learner, there is definitely lots of opportunities, lots of new, collaborations happens in line with that technology and trends. So that's the right way you are sharing the knowledge and you are
Exactly.
clear.
So now you know what's the problem with most of the people, or what their big fear is their comfort zone. People in a very bad comfort zone, and they don't want to change because they don't want to get out of this zone.
With the coming technologies, you have to think outside the box. And with the, technology, you also, as technology is upgrading, why don't you? That should be the exact approach. So,
Exactly.
yes, every time, whenever there is some new things, not only the technology, any new books, any new articles, any new upcoming, version of any of the things, you must learn, keep learn. That is the only, solutions we have to keep in mind. That if we sit idle, the technology is definitely going to upgrade in the next version, in the next version, in next version. And if you are sitting idle, you are not upgrading yourself, then you are at, definitely at a risk of, setting at backstage, not only in the front stage also.
Exactly. True.
So, Haytham, as we're moving ahead, if I ask you, like we had discussed, the foresee and the future of AI in the right way. Now, if I ask you, there is as we have encountered from now few days back with some, applications. I do not want to name any, but there are some ethical or kind of social issues related to, ethical and social responsibility of each and every technology. So what's your perspective, creating the lights or shedding the lights on that issues about AI for ethical and social responsibility?
It's a game of multiple players, but the most important player in this subject is the government. Government should, and I believe that they started to do that, to implement laws and regulations and rules for using these and for misusing also. Ethical, the other part are us, the users themselves. We need to have a responsibility and be ethical. We need to be ethical. We need to not to misuse things. Of course, some people will misuse it. That's out of the question. Must be. There are bad people in life. They will misuse. They misuse everything in life before all the technologies before being misused. But believe me, whatever had been misused at the beginning, it does not last. At certain point, it stopped. Even the internet, when the internet started, many people misused.
Yeah.
It didn't. It was not that good at the beginning. It has a lot of bad things. But now you look at the internet when you browse, you find informations, you find good things, much more than bad things. I always, one of the things that I'm thinking as a principle in my life, yes, I acknowledge that showstopper things, but I don't allow it to stop the show. I will not stop using the AI. I will not stop promoting for it. I will not stop encouraging using it because there is a chance someone may misuse it. I need just to protect myself.
Exactly. Right.
That's it.
Wow. Your each and every response are very transparent, honest, and the moreover of a wonderful. So thank you so much
Thanks.
for, yes, yes. Thank you.
You make me flush. Yeah.
Now, going ahead, may I know any experience from your side that have shaped your perspective in AI in such a bold and beautiful manner? Any specific experience that you would like to share with the audience?
In what exactly?
Like how you have developed this perspective, especially in the terms of AI. You have traversed, a very good journey from HR to tech leader, and there's, IT managers and all that, different journeys. But what has specifically shaped this beautiful perspective about AI as a technology?
Terminator.
Why fall in love with the AI in such a vast man?
Yeah, but I think because of Terminator. Because of the movie called Terminator. Honestly, when I saw the movie, I was so young, and it really attracted me. How the machine can be like that and think, and the machine and the robots walking and thinking and looking. It attracted me so much, and that's why even when I was in college, and we had the subject of neural network and AI, I was like someone who's lost and found a lake of water,
Yeah.
I remember one of the subjects was neural. Sorry, I remember one of the subject was neural network. Neural network is making the machine how to make the machine learn. For example, you show it a pencil several times, so that when you produce a new shape of pencil, he will recognize it as a pencil. It's called machine learning. It's machine learning. But again, it's a data story. I remember when we took this subject, we had 5 methods of coding to teach the machine. We were supposed to do one only and give it to the our doctor. Submit the subject then. I had a deal with my doctor that if I decided to make a voice recognition neural network in Arabic, using Arabic, and it was like everyone was silent, and I said, okay, did I say something wrong, guys? And the doctor, no, say if you did that, you don't need to finish this course. You already done. I said, okay, I can do it, and I did it. I did give the machine, speak to machine in Arabic, and it replied to me and recognizing that I am the one who's speaking. And I finished it. Then I start implementing the same other methods, the 5 methods. And I remember the whole class, and of course the class thought I did not manage to do it. They didn't know. So the whole class one day came sitting around me. I said, guys, what's going on? Why you were here in the lab? And they said, we just finished. We all submit our project. Everyone submitted the project, and we came to help you. And I said, no, I already finished the project. I'm trying to implement the other methods.
Oh my God.
And I remember someone was about to throw me from the window. But it's really got my attention. It's very very amazing. How interesting that about making the machine smart, think and react in a different way.
Wow. So ahead of this HR and this AI, you have transferred your journey to machine learning also, and the quite a fantasy world.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Now I can assume, through Terminator to this Haytham as a person. Yes, yes,
Yes.
I can now correlate. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Yes. So, Haytham, now, we had discussed about your experience, your journeys. So, if I go specific to basically your industry as a zero carbon venture, you have undoubtedly
Yes.
involved in many cutting edge projects with the technologies, without technologies, as a management systems and whatever you had done. So can you shed some lights on what are the current technologies with AI or without AI? What are the technologies that you are running nowadays as a managing the projects, and what are the future plans as a zero carbon ventures moving ahead with the technology?
Okay. First of all, zero carbon. What we are doing, and we call it zero carbon. So from the name, understand that we're trying to reduce carbon, in line with the COP28 happening and what's with the environment change, all these things. So what we do is we identify and investigate in innovations, carbon reducing technology from around all the world, and we try to help scale up and deploy these technology for practical application in the Middle East. Recently, we had signed a contract in Egypt for waste reducing, waste recycling there. We recently signed the contract and we are in the preparation stages. We start up, so we don't have this big number of people or technology to be used, but I can tell you that we are, for example, zero paper company. We don't use papers. We use the Microsoft Teams and we use Monday.com to manage our project and our daily tasks and communication. We have our ERP systems, our systems, in-house systems. We're using it.
Okay.
We have planning in future, of course, to implement this AI. I am planning to implement this AI in the HR. In HR, yeah. I want to implement the AI with zero carbon in the recruitment and the human resources processes.
Okay.
We call it people management. We don't call it HR management. We call it people management because people are very high value, and we look at it in a different way, not only as a resources. No. Yes, we want to implement the AI there to reduce the time or eliminate the long time it will be taking find the candidate, because we have a specific criteria. It's not only okay how many years experience you have in this field or what kind of project you have been working. We also need personality. We're looking for a certain people with a certain mindset who are willing to join us in the journey, who see the future, doesn't see only the present. You need to see the future. You need to have the will to go the extra mile to that future. You need to be different. We're acting different everywhere. Everything we are different. We don't have attendance like normal attendance like other companies. You have to go from 8 to 5 in the office. We work hybrid. Whoever wants to work from office, welcome to come to the office. Whoever wants to work from outside the office is welcome to work from outside the office. As long as the task is done, we're satisfied. We're not killing the people with putting them in an office from 8 to 5, either they're doing something or not doing something. We're not measuring people by their attendance. We're measuring the people by their performance. by their trust. We invest in the people with us, with our colleagues. We invest in them, whatever they need, whoever needs something. We put effort with them. You need a course. You need a device, a specific technology. We go that mile easily. It's not something difficult to be happen.
Well, tech is true.
And please, if you will come.
You have shared about the current as well as the future projects planning with the zero carbon adventures. So, Haytham, as we have discussed almost everything about AI, the responsibility as being a human, as well as being a technology managers, as well as what will be the future scenario. So now, if I would like to ask you the last question, that is, one advice for aspiring professionals. What could be that one advice?
For whom exactly?
For those who are listening to this episode, I have gained so many, new sentence and so many new, I can say, line to matches with my own knowledge, because for few things we are clear, what the things will be changing in the technology and trends, but we do not have a words. But now with your discussions and everything, I have got my words too. So that is what I had gained from these today's discussions. Now, if something that, inspire our audience to learn something more about you and from your journey, what could be that one advice you would like to share with the audience?
Only one?
With the AI perspective, then AI perspective. If
No, I can give general. I can give a couple of points in general. I would advise whoever is starting something to start with basic concepts. Don't complicate life. Make everything simple. Make it simple as possible as you can, and then it will grow by itself. And never be afraid of asking questions. Someone once told me, whenever you don't ask, the answer always will be no. You need to ask. Be brave. Don't scared of asking. Don't be scared that people will think that you don't know. Okay, you don't know today, but tomorrow you will know. Always ask. Don't be afraid to ask. And find a learning community. Make the community around you help you to learn. Stick to a community that will make you learn. Stick to the community who are not afraid to share experience and information. Don't look for the community who are less than you so that you can show that you are the best. No. Search for the people who are better than you. Sit with them. You will reach their limits. And finally, be yourself.
That's the best thing. Wonderful, wonderful, extremely wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, as we draw to the close of today's insightful podcast featuring this brilliant person, Mr. Haytham Adam, I have no what to express my deepest gratitude for, being with us. So, Haytham, thank you so much for this wonderful wealth of experience that you have shared, and the wonderful and thoughtful insights. Not only wonderful, I can say, but it's a thoughtful insights about the world of artificial intelligence. And definitely it's going to enrich our, understanding and spark the inspirations to the audiences too. So,
thank you so much.
Our listeners, if you have found today's conversation as enlightening as I have found it is, so I encourage you to connect Mr. Haytham Adam on his LinkedIn as well as other social media platforms too, and follow him to stay updated on his latest endeavors, insights, and perhaps glean a bit of the wisdom that comes from his own journey. So thank you, Haytham, for being my guest, and definitely as a personally, I would like to keep you in touch with myself as always, to, keep updated about what is in line with the movies and technology and Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you so much. Yes, and dear audience, if you would like to know something more about what are the other industry tech leaders are doing and sharing in line with the tech trends, just go and follow the adfartech Venture podcast and adfartech Venture handles. There you can find the wonderful people sharing their journey, sharing the knowledge and wisdom with us. So this is all about today's podcast, and I'm just closing the curtains of my today's episodes. And thank you so much for being with us. Thank you so much, Haytham. And thank you so much, audience.